This segment of Naperville Sports Weekly is brought to you by the Daily Herald.
I am here at Waubonsie Valley with head coach Nick Arens. Thanks for joining us.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
So first thing I want to start with, your 6th year here at Waubonsie, and you've been dealing with the DVC. What's the competition like on a day-to-day basis here?
It's a great asset for our team. We really like to come out and compete against great teams. In the DVC, obviously, we've had Mattia and Niqua with us for many years. It's great to have competitions against other great teams, the Naperville Central, Naperville North. Wheaton's always had strong teams. We get the pleasure of racing Lake Park and the Gruber Co-op coming up, so there'll be some good opportunities for us to go race and race fast. And we were blessed before coming from the Upstate 8, another strong swimming conference.
There's some changes coming in the conference in the near future. What's your take on that?
June, whoever comes to swim with us, we'll love to compete. I mean, you got a strong core of schools there within the 5 out of this area, and anybody that comes and joins us is going to get an opportunity to really compete against the best, and that's a great opportunity for any swim program. I mean, our teams have historically been between our 5 schools and the top 10 in the state, so we like that type of competition. We welcome other schools that have that type of competition mindset.
Now you've been here for a little while now, 6 years like I mentioned. How would you identify yourself as a coach? Do you think you have an identity now kind of solidified?
June, I think it comes down to we develop our team identity. Our team identity is more important than any coach identity. And as a team, we want to go ahead and develop those concepts of swimming together, working together as a team, pushing ourselves to the highest level that we can do together.
And when you first got here, was that your main goal? Was to establish that team identity?
It's when you come into a program the first time, you start to learn about what your goals should be, and that is an important part of our team, and it becomes more important every year. Is what kind of mindset are we going to develop as a group? How are we going to learn to compete together? How are we going to learn to support each other? And as a group, we keep developing and we keep learning that the better we are with those things, the more successful we are.
Now we saw Eric today out with a little mild shoulder injury, and you have practice. What's kind of a day in, day out practice like as a coach for you?
It's a hard question to answer. I mean, without going into too many technical pieces. Our kids come and they work hard. We have dry land twice a week in the morning. That's what comes through our weight program. We swim about twice a week in the morning on our varsity side. But I mean, we have a group commitment from the top bottom with all of our levels training in the afternoon. I mean, today we had a great full team practice between our varsity and our junior varsity. How
much are you involved with the varsity and JV? Obviously varsity, but both.
I primarily train our varsity group, but we have a coaching staff that's responsible at all levels, and we really look to have a continuity from our program in terms of what we try to do.
Does practice change from now until when you get close to postseason?
Oh, I mean, absolutely. I mean, our athletes become stronger, and because of that, we have to adjust our practices so we're more explosive. We're ready for the successful end of the season.
Do you set goals for the team at any point during the season, whether it be before or during or when you get close to the end?
I mean, we do. We set our goals. I mean, depending upon what's important to us at this point in time. We often do it at the beginning of the year.
Out of this group here, who kind of keeps the mood light on the team? Is there anybody that's kind of the class clown, I guess you could say?
You know, we have a few of our guys that keep positive. I mean, we have challenging sets. We have challenging workouts. I mean, our most vocal guy is Wes York. I mean, he does a really good job keeping our team energy positive. And our group of guys together, when they're committing to building the atmosphere, is when we're most successful. It's hard to say to be a single guy. I know Wes York's our guy that can get excited on the quickest moment, but the more of our guys that commit to that, the better our team atmosphere becomes.
What's different about this team or unique about this team as opposed to the 5 teams you've had in the past at Waubonsie here?
Hard to say. Each team's special. Let's see. I think this group is more aware than any other group of how to build the relationships with each other and how to build other people up. And not just a single guy relationship, but the group pulling themselves together. That's what we're seeing develop right now at this point of the year.
Do you guys do anything outside of the pool as team bonding activities?
I mean, we played golf last week.
Okay.
I mean, we went to
wait,
Top Golf.
Top. Okay, I was
a little
gonna say,
different.
It's not warm enough.
I don't think they'd let us on the greens necessarily right now, but it was just a nice time for us to get together, for us to have some social opportunities. But our kids drive most of that kind of stuff, and that's, if we're going to be a successful team, they have to take that initiative.
Are you any good golfers, or is it all?
Some of them are pretty solid golfers, a little better than I am, for sure.
So how did, just kind of going back a little bit, what brought you here to Waubonsie?
When my wife and I got married right before I came here, it was an opportunity to move closer to home, closer to where she had work, and it's doing a great opportunity in terms of the warrior community. And it's something that every coach gets an opportunity to see right away here at Waubonsie, is how great of a tradition there is here, how great of a spirit there is here. And I really love how our kids take a piece of that spirit.
What's your favorite memory here? Don't include this year if there's any memories this year in
hard.
Previous 5 years.
It's really hard. I mean, there's a lot of great practice memories, and that's where we see the biggest difference for our kids. It's how they train and how they prepare. But I mean, I know, 2013, our team's first year for a while being in the top 10. I mean, we had just a great group that year, a great group of competitors. We had Adam Stacklin, who was second in the state, and we had Mike McWhorter, who was a top 1250 freestyler, and it was around them a group of guys, Kelvin Newton, Stephen Ernst, Bailey York, kids that just had so much excitement and a drive to really develop our team. I mean, I'd be remiss to mention guys like Nathan Morris, that group came together and said, we were going to be a team that was going to start building a tradition of being a top 10 program year in, year out.
So that's the kind of type of team that's kind of, you think maybe is built what is here today now. And your best finish is 9th in state, correct?
Yeah, we've got a couple 9th place finishes. So our team hasn't gotten beyond that yet.
Anything better than that? Would that make it a successful year for you? Just as being your best year so far is 9th?
I mean, obviously, that's our best finish.
Yeah.
That's a success. They're doing something better than it.
I know if your expectations were higher.
There's a lot of ways to measure success.
Yeah.
And I think that our guys realizing their development to go ahead and push themselves to a whole nother level. I mean, it's hard to say things in terms of places and positions. But I mean, if you're not being competitive and you're not pushing yourself to the top level, it doesn't even matter if you're your best finish ever. I mean, if you're not going ahead out there and being competitive, that would be, anything short of that would be unsuccessful. And our guys have that expectation to push themselves and be competitive.
And say one of your players or one of your swimmers does not do what their place how they want to place, how do you get that across to them as a swimmer that it's not just where you place that makes you successful? How do you get that across? Well,
I think that has to be a part of your culture, your team. And I mean, we got a lot of guys that are looking for Saturday swims. That's an important goal. And that's different than going out there and purely focusing on only one thing. And there's a lot of components that takes to make that happen. It takes the commitment and practice. And that in itself is something to be proud of. It takes a good focus in terms of what you're developing in terms of form, something to be proud of. I mean, we want our kids to hold themselves accountable and have high expectations as well. If you're frustrated about how you did, there might be some reasons why you should be. And we expect our kids to grow from that.
Well, best of luck in the upcoming season, and I hope you guys finish where you want to finish, and thanks for joining us.
All right, thank you, Eric.